This prison had plenty of security measures in place above the ground. They had ways of blocking cell phone signals. They had heavily armored vehicles to repulse any sort of ground assault. They even had 3-foot thick walls so rockets could not break in. And yet, for all of that, El Chapo found a way to burrow out right under the noses of Mexican authorities and get to this freedom tunnel off in the distance here and go completely free. How did he manage to do that? Well, first of all, he tapped into the expertise of his gang, which has been known to build all sorts of tunnels for transporting drugs and eluding their enemies. And they started beneath a shower, one of the few places where he wasn't being monitored by video 24 hours a day. He went 33 feet straight down, and then when you look at the details of this tunnel, you see an engineering marvel. This thing was 5.5 feet tall, same as his height, almost 2.5 feet wide, so he could simply walk through it. It was reinforced with wood so they could keep track of all the structural integrity of it, whether or not groundwater was seeping in. They had a lighting system through it so they could see what they were doing. They had a ventilation system so there would be no gases that could possibly overcome anyone there. They even had a track along the bottom of it so they could transport dirt out on some sort of cart or motorcycle. It's not clear what they were doing. What we do know is that in the end, this thing was a mile long, and over that distance, it could have taken a year to build easily. And yet, one of the most wanted drug dealers in the world was able to walk out there in what would have been 10 minutes or less. Anderson?
Tom, I mean, we've covered drug tunnels extensively from Mexico into the U.S. I've been inside them. We've heard about new technology that was supposed to help find these tunnels. Could that have helped here?
Yeah, you've stood down there, Anderson. You wonder, how could they not hear this going on? I talked to a geophysicist with the MITRE Corporation, which is contracting with the government to help develop better systems like this. And she told me it's just not that good yet. This is a difficult task. You're 3 stories down, even though you have devices listening for digging, maybe trying to measure anomalies in the earth. They have to be really close before they can tell that something's going on here. Bigger question, though, is how come nobody noticed the dirt? We said this is a mile long here. Think about this. If it's a mile long, you're taking a lot of dirt away. In fact, more than 200 big dump trucks full. And it's hard to imagine, Anderson, that for all of that going on, nobody out here seems to have noticed anything.